A judge orders another go-round in the Crescent City Connection tolls vote. We'll take you inside an investigation into alleged police brutality Mardi Gras night and a 1-2 punch theft in the French Quarter. Good evening, everyone. I'm Kurt Sprang. Get ready for round 2 with the tolls. And some people we spoke with expect a different outcome the second time around than in November. Anyone who drove through the Crescent City Connection toll plaza this afternoon paid to use the bridge until a little after 4:30 when bridge workers began waving drivers through fare-free. Some drivers at the back of the line didn't know the free ride was coming until we told them.
Wow, that's great.
Oh, really?
In November, voters narrowly approved the tolls for another 20 years. After a recount, the margin of victory doubled to just 36 votes. But opponents of the tolls looked to find some traction with provisional votes, and a judge this afternoon agreed, saying people who used provisional ballots were disenfranchised, so the election results were thrown out and a new election was ordered for May the 4th.
I go across the bridge several times a day and sit in my other trucks in my company, so it's costly on us. People
who voted no last time and came up on the losing end expect a different result in May.
I think this time, without the fuss, it'll raise the awareness. I think more people will probably show up.
And plenty of politicians support the tolls, including Mayor Landrieu, who says the tolls on the CCC are necessary to maintain this important infrastructure. Also, state police say they will continue to patrol the bridge for the foreseeable future despite the judge's ruling. St. Tammany Parish President Pat Brister is asking the state attorney general to investigate the office of Parish Coroner Peter Galvin. Brister also wants the AG to look into any possibility of lavish spending in the office at the taxpayer's expense. She's also requesting Galvin turn over records to the parish to conduct its own investigation. Tonight, 2 New Orleans police officers will be placed on emergency suspension. The officers are charged with battery and malfeasance in office in 2 separate incidents. The NOPD says Lieutenant Mike Field is accused of repeatedly hitting a handcuffed man in February of 2012. They say it happened at the 8th District Police Station on Royal Street. Field has been with the department for 28 years. Officer Jamal Kendrick is also accused of hitting a handcuffed suspect. The NOPD says the camera in his patrol car recorded him hitting the suspect. Kendrick joined the force in 2009. In a case of alleged police brutality during Mardi Gras, it is the focus of a special hearing tonight. The case involves 9 undercover state troopers and 2 teenagers. Darian Trotter reports one of the teens' moms delivered a fiery remark.
I look at this video and I see brutal force being used against these young men.
It is the video at the center of controversy. The video launching a state and federal investigation of alleged police brutality involving 9 white undercover state troopers and 2 black teenagers.
When I first learned that there had been an incident with Sidney and his friend Ferdinand with the state police, I was very shocked. My mind began to race as I saw images of Trayvon Martin in my head.
The incident happened in the French Quarter during Mardi Gras celebrations. The young men were reportedly waiting outside a restaurant on Conti Street when they were approached by plainclothes officers. The video appears to show the officers allegedly tackling the 2 young men.
I've seen lynch mobs act just like that.
This special hearing, led by State Senator J.P. Morrell, seeks to examine whether or not excessive force was used by the officers and if there was a civil rights violation.
I certainly didn't see any of that on the tape, and I can assure you, in my 33 years as a Louisiana State Trooper, my 5 years as superintendent, I don't tolerate that, I don't condone it.
We also know that something went seriously wrong. And it's not enough just to say we don't have a culture and I don't tolerate it.
Representatives from several agencies and dozens of concerned citizens attended the town hall meeting, everyone interested in the outcome and worried about the possible long-term effects the case may have on a community already struggling to improve its relationship with police.
It is extremely, extremely saddening and devastating to know that my son and other young African Americans in New Orleans have to have the same fear of the police in 2013 as they did in 1913.
And Colonel Mike Edmondson is promising a thorough and transparent investigation. He hopes to conclude that investigation within 60 days. In the meantime, he says the officers involved remain on active field duty. Live tonight in the newsroom, Darian Trotter, WGNO News.
All right, thank you, Darian. Tonight, police are searching for the driver of an 18-wheeler involved in a crash with a motorcycle on the I-10 high-rise. Officers say the motorcyclist was traveling at a high rate of speed when he lost control and hit the oncoming truck. It happened at about 2:30 this afternoon. The cyclist died at the scene. According to police, the driver of the truck never stopped. St. Tammany Parish deputies say a woman in Covington shot at an armed intruder early this morning. They say the woman screamed when she saw Joseph Rogers in her bedroom doorway. The sheriff's office says she armed herself with a shotgun and chased the man out of her home. Deputies say she fired 3 shots at him but missed as he ran away. They say they found him drunk after a short search. The woman will not face any charges. Early this morning, the side of a building came crashing down on the Shanghai Thai Cafe. Firefighters responded to the business on Carondelet Street around 2 o'clock in the morning. Nobody got hurt.
A lot of people, they walk by here, especially at lunchtime, at lunch and dinner time. The restaurant is crowded. It was a popular place. And just the fact that a building can basically implode or shear off like this at any time without warning, it is scary because it could affect anybody at any time.
The cause of the collapse is under investigation. Tomorrow, the Jefferson Parish SWAT team will conduct an active shooter exercise at the Jewish Community Center in Metairie. The exercise will be held from 5 at night until 9. If you live on West Esplanade near the community center, you might see or hear the exercise. How some thieves in the French Quarter used teamwork to target a victim. Some knives and other previously banned items are now allowed on commercial flights. And why 2 strikes is not enough for a dog accused of biting 2 kids.
It's time for tonight's Facebook fan shoutouts. We got Elizabeth Evans, Vicky Smith, and Christine Finnan. What's going on? Become a fan of mine on Facebook. Just go to Jeff Robbins WGNO. You get a shout out of your own. Warm temperatures today. Temps are going to take a bit of a dip. We'll talk about that coming up in the forecast.